Hey, this is Bruce Naylor, aka Frugal Tech, and the one thing I love is refurbished technology. You know why? Because you get some fairly recent tech at a great price. Case in point, this Acer Aspire Switch 10 2-in-1 laptop, and I got it for just about 160 bucks. I'm going to get ready to show it to you right now. So when you receive the Acer Switch 10, you're basically receiving both a tablet and with this keyboard dock, converts it into a little 10.1 inch laptop. So what's powering this right now is the Atom quad core. It's the Z3735F, and you're going to find that processor in a lot of lower dollar, inexpensive tablets, and kind of the equivalent of the modern day netbook. But it is what's known as a system on a chip, and it uses Intel HD graphics for your video. The display is really, really nice. It is a IPS panel, and it's 1280 by 800, and it's a 16 by 10 aspect ratio. I'm going to go ahead and just pop it into tablet mode right now. You'll notice that it's running Windows 10. This actually ships, when you buy one, especially refurbished, it's going to ship with the 32-bit version of Windows with Bing, or Windows 8.1 with Bing. That's what it's going to ship with. But you can actually see it's very, very nice and how responsive that it is as a tablet. And we'll just, for example, go into the Microsoft Store. And it does come with 2 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM. This particular model came with 64 gigabytes of flash-based storage. It's not very fast. It's not like an SSD. It's more like having a 5400 RPM hard drive inside of it. And after I did the install of Windows 10 and removed the old operating system, I had about 40 gigs of storage left, and it weighs with the dock about 2.5 pounds. It is a 10.1 inch IPS panel, and it's got great color on it. It really looks very, very nice. Very responsive display. Also comes with Bluetooth 4.0, wireless B, G, and N, dual band wireless N on that. And it's about, a little over about 10.3 inches wide and about 7 inches deep on that. And it has a battery, it's a 5700 milliamp hour battery. It's good for about 7 hours. We actually been testing it for about a week, and it runs somewhere between 6.5 to 8 hours, depending on how you use it. If you're watching a lot of video, then you're really going to use up that battery life. Let's look at the ports that comes on it and so forth. Down here are your 2 speakers. Comes with a 2 megapixel camera right on board. And if we go over to the side here, we have the Windows button in tablet mode. We have volume up and down right there, and this is your on and off. And then this is your microphone and your audio out. It's both audio in and out. Nothing on the top. On the side, we have your little built-in microphone jack. Well, it's not jack, built-in microphone. We also have a mini SD card slot, HDMI, a mini HDMI output, and then also a micro USB port. And if you use a USB host adapter, then you can plug in peripherals such as external hard drives, that kind of thing. And on the bottom, this is where it gets kind of interesting. We have the data connectors right here. And then these are slots that guide the tablet into the dock. So let's go ahead and put it into its dock right now. I'm just going to kind of turn this around. And you see that there's these 2 plastic guides, and it's got a very powerful magnet. Sometimes, there we go, clicks right in. You can actually see you can lift up the dock through the magnets. They're really, very, very, very powerful magnets on this. And I thought when I put Windows 10 on this, what would happen is as soon as I dock it, it would go to, or offer to put it into desktop mode, but it doesn't. But a tap on the notification center, tap off tablet mode, and now I'm back into desktop mode right here. And you can see it's got 10-point touch on the screen. Very, very nice, very, very fluid. That works really, really well. Let's talk a little bit about the keyboard. So actually this has a fairly nice size keys on it for this size of a device. So unless you got really big fingers, you should be able to type pretty comfortably on it. You've got a function key, and that function key can be used to control things like volume and get to the home page, etc. Built right into here. The actual feel of the keys is surprisingly good for this device, especially in this price range. The travel is pretty good on it. The responsiveness is pretty good on it. And what I really like is I like the touchpad. The touchpad is really responsive on this device, including multi gestures on it work really, really well. It's got a very nice, actually solid feel to it. And also on the dock, there's also a USB 2 port included, which makes that really, really nice for, again, plugging in external devices such as thumb drives or, backup hard drives. The device also offers what's called a presentation mode, and basically the way that works is you can undo that and you're going to flip it around, and we'll get it on there, and we can turn it around, and now we're in presentation mode with the Acer Aspire Switch 10. And then you can just close it flat and you can use it that way. And also, we'll go ahead and lift it up. You have tent mode. There you go. You see that, how it flipped over? That's kind of cool. That's kind of neat. So you can use it that way, but I think most people are basically going to use it as a laptop, or they're going to go ahead and use it as a tablet. One of the two, they're actually going to do it like this. These magnets are actually quite powerful. We'll get that lined up. There's quite a bit of travel, but don't bend it back too far because it will break. It'll absolutely break on there. Well, let's take a look at this thing in desktop mode and kind of in performance. This is not the kind of machine you're going to be using for playing hardcore video games and that sort of thing. Now there's a lot of games on the Windows Store that's going to work really, really well. And you have 2 gigabytes of memory, and it is an Intel Atom processor. But for things like watching videos, I'm going to go ahead and bring up my YouTube channel. And we'll just, bring this up. We'll play one. You can see it's actually pretty quick. And we'll set the resolution, let's see here, to the right resolution for this display, which would be 720p. And let's bring it up full screen. And you can see it's relatively good for watching videos. That's, I think, a big use for this device is for watching videos. I think it's going to be good for running Office. It's going to be running good for social networking like Facebook, Twitter, all that. It's going to be good for watching videos, light entertainment, and some games that you might get from the Windows Store. You might even be able to push it just enough to play a little bit of Minecraft on this device. But for just general light duty use, I think this machine, especially, can pick one up refurbished for under 200 bucks. The question that comes to mind, is this a poor man's Surface? Is this a Surface competitor? And I think if you were just looking at the Surface 3, it's still a much more powerful device than this, but it gives you, it depends on how you use the device, right? If you're using it strictly for social media as a consumption device, then yeah, I think this makes an excellent alternative to the Surface 3, but of course not a Surface 3 Pro. You wouldn't want to do that, but all in all, let's just look a little bit more at the device. The finish of it is a plastic, but not bad. It's kind of got the faux aluminum brushed look to it. Something like I guess a more higher end unit. The battery, you should be able to get to it through all these screws in the back right here and replace it. Nothing else is going to be, I think, user serviceable. Memories soldered to the motherboard. The hinge seems to be pretty solid on this device. It's definitely going to take a little bit of use once you get it, because it's really stiff in the beginning, but then it kind of loosens up over time. But all in all, for something that you just want to have something mobile, do some office work or browse the web or watch videos, stick it in a backpack or even a briefcase and be on your way with it, I think it's really, really tough to beat. All in all, for the price I paid for it, which was $160 for this unit, it's an incredible value. It's just tough. It was hard to beat. So this is a look at the Acer Switch 10 2-in-1 laptop. This laptop definitely has a lot of features for the price, and for that lower price that you can get it for now, and like I said, I'm finding it around $200 refurbished right now, and it's fairly recent technology with the Intel Atom processor and the free upgrade to Windows 10. It's really kind of a tough device to pass up on. I really recommend it, especially if your needs for computing is for what I call a just enough computer, and for kids and for basic computing tasks, the ability to have both a tablet and a laptop all in one unit, that's a good deal. So go out there and find these refurbished right now. You'll save a lot of money, and I think you'll really be glad you did. Bruce Naylor, The Frugal Tech. I look forward to your comments down below. Talk to you later.